king of the road.
Yes, I admit I got a thinking. She's always on my mind.
Well, it's the man with the thinking problem, David Ball. Welcome to Southeast Texas, or I should say, we're almost in Southeast Texas. We're here at the Texas Longhorn Club in Vinton, Louisiana.
Vinton, Louisiana, one of my favorite spots. Man, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
We like your style of music down here. You had a album that just came out in 2007.
Yeah, I did. It's called Heartaches by the Number, and we did a bunch of whole, just all these great classic old country songs, and then we did a George Strait song, and then I wrote a song for that project and put it on there. Had a great time making that record because, everybody knows those songs, and it was just a lot of fun, and there were a lot of songs that kind of influenced me, or that I just always liked as a kid, so.
The last of the traditional country singers today. What do you think about all these new kids coming up and the style that, how much it's changed now? Guys, bands like Rascal Flatts, what do you think?
There's a certain kind of music that I do that I like, and it can be very creative and it can be very energetic, but it's not anything like what you hear on the radio now. I think the kind of music I play has kind of become more of a niche. But if whoever can get out there and knock the doors down and get it done, heck, that's what's. That's part of it.
You've been getting it done for a long time, and you were a songwriter even before you had your first radio hit.
Well, I've been writing songs for a long time. I kind of started diddling around with that, even way back when I was like 12 years old. So I enjoy, writing songs, putting them together. But most of the songs that I write, I record them, and sing them.
That's David Ball. We're here at the Texas Longhorn Club. You come from a musical background and family. In fact, I think first thing you ever played was the ukulele. You still play that?
Oh, you had to bring that up. Yeah, and I'm proud of it. I love the ukulele, and that was what I was trying to get a guitar, for Christmas, and I got a ukulele. But I learned to play it, and the next year I got a guitar, and and I always dabbled around, play a little bit of this and that. I played some fiddle, piano, and really made a living playing string bass for a long time, in high school and right after high school. And came from South Carolina, and it seems like the town I grew up in over there, everybody played music, played in a band. So it was really kind of great, all kinds of music.
You had a band called The Strangers in Spartan, South Carolina?
Spartanburg, South Carolina. And that was one of my first bands in grammar school, was called The Strangers. Kind of ripped off Merle Haggard's band, The Strangers. That's what his, and isn't it funny, I've been a Merle Haggard fan, golly, since I was 10 years old.
You met him?
Yeah, he's great. I mean, I just loved it. And what we were in there getting makeup put on, fixing to go do a television show, and he was kind of walking around in there singing, and it was just, his voice, and it sounded like Bing Crosby or something. It was wonderful. You don't realize what a great singer and what a great voice, and he just got it all,
You do too.
Well, I try. I aspire to be that type of musician. You don't think of Merle Haggard in terms of being like a great entertainer that, hops around and does all that. He does it with his songs and his singing, and that's what I love about it. That's kind of why I still do it.
It's David Ball, folks. Of course, you really broke through in about the early 90s with The Thinking Problem and Look What Followed Us Home.
Yeah.
That was the title track, and had a lot of success with that. And back in 2001, Riding with Private Malone.
Bam!
Big time.
Yeah, little old independent record. Thinking Problem, that was my first one, and we had the big label Push in early 90s, and that was a real good time, I thought, for country music. I dabbled with Nashville prior to that, but it was right around that time I started really hearing music coming out of Nashville that I really liked. Randy Travis and George Strait. Ricky Skaggs was having, some great hit records on songs that I'd been singing. And